Hello there, welcome back to BCP. My name is Claire. Now, England, as you know, has a long and sordid history. This has led to multiple hauntings across the whole of England. Well, actually, in fact, across the whole of the United Kingdom. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at just a few of our favourite haunted locations. Perhaps you could let us know some of your favourites in the comment section below. While you're there, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you can be sure not to miss any of our future videos. We would really appreciate your support. Okay then, let's begin. The first location we're going to discuss is Pendle Hill. Now, Pendle Hill is located overlooking a small village named Newchurch in Lancashire. Pendle Hill was the home to the 12 Pendle witches. Now, they were hanged at Lancashire Castle in 1612. However, if you climb up Pendle Hill and visit their cottage, especially on Halloween, you may just bump into them again. Many people have done so, and they have claimed they will never go back. It's definitely on my to-do list. Next up is one of my personal favourites. It's St Breville Castle in Monmouthshire. Now, you know England's not short of a haunted castle or two, and many of these have been turned into youth hostels. St Breville's is not an exception. It is a Grade 1 listed building, built in the early 12th century. You can even book it for weddings and school trips now. The very bravest among us can stay in the famously haunted oubliette room. This has a secret dungeon. You enter the room and you see a cosy fireplace in the corner surrounded by beds, a lovely big welcoming rug on the floor. However, if you push that rug to one side, you will see a metal grate. If you turn the light on, you will then see a 30-foot drop to the floor below. Back when the castle still had prisoners, they would be thrown headfirst into the oubliette. Those that were lucky would break their neck and die on impact. Those that weren't so lucky would fall, but just not hurt themselves and just die of starvation. Those who were very unlucky, however, would fall and break something else, and they would die slowly in agony. So you can see why the room would be as haunted as people say it is. Now, this isn't just hearsay for me, because I've been lucky enough to stay in the oubliette room, and I can vouch for it. It is absolutely terrifying. One of my favourite places. So, I strongly advise you visit and make your own minds up. Okay, so if you're not happy with the castle, you don't fancy a hill, then how about a whole village? That's right, a whole village. There is a place called Pluckley in Kent. Now, Pluckley used to be in the Guinness Book of World Records as the most haunted village in Great Britain. It was a category made up especially for Pluckley. However, unfortunately, that is no longer in the book, as it was thought that there were some people who didn't believe in ghosts, and so it was not in proper taste. So it was actually removed from the Guinness Book of Records. I think we should petition for its return, definitely. Anyway, if you go to Pluckley, it has no less than 12 resident spooks, including a murdered highwayman who was allegedly pinned to a tree. Ow, can't think what you would have done to deserve that, but a schoolmaster who hung himself, and a phantom old woman, to name but a few. The people, however, in Pluckley are absolutely lovely, and they will welcome you with open arms and happily regale you with their tales of horror and spooks. So please do check it out if ever you get the opportunity. Next up, I'm going to discuss the Ancient Ram Inn. Now, you may have heard of this building. It is actually known as the most haunted inn in the whole of Great Britain. It's located in Gloucestershire, and for many years it has held this ominous title of being the most haunted pub. It has a very gory history, and I think that is why. It includes the burning of witches, an innkeeper's daughter who hung herself in the attic, several rituals involving the murder of children who were very sadly buried under the floorboards. This 872-year-old building, yeah, that's right, 872-year-old building, is another BCP favourite, as we were lucky enough to be given a private tour from then owner John Humphreys, who sadly passed away on the 12th of December in 2017. He was an amazingly friendly and somewhat eccentric man who is very sorely missed by all of us here at BCP. We were very fortunate that we arrived at his inn, not expecting to do anything other than look from the outside. He just happened to be outside when we got there and very kindly offered to give us a tour of the building. He took us around every room and explained the history to us in great detail. And then at the end of the tour, he even allowed us some time on our own to do a bit of investigating. And what we found was very interesting. I don't want to spoil it now because I'm sure we will do a video on that very soon. If you do get the opportunity, please do visit. John, although he has passed away, his daughter is now running the inn, so you can still go and visit. Next up, we're going to look at Highgate Cemetery in London. Now, you may have heard of this one. There are many famous people buried here, including Karl Marx and Douglas Adams. And there are lots of rumours of Satanists and witches conducting rituals here, but that only adds to its eerie feeling. There are a lot of people from as early as the 1970s to as recently as 2013 who have reported seeing a man dressed in Victorian clothing floating in the park. Yep, floating. So how would you feel about that? Can you imagine walking around there and just see a man floating towards you? Yep, I don't think I'd want to visit there at night. How about you? Can you let us know of any locations that you have been to that perhaps we haven't, because we always are looking out for new and interesting places to visit. Also, let us know if you'd like to see more of this type of content, or if you would prefer to see the original content of us discussing in person our ongoing and recent investigations. So we hope to see you again soon in our next video. Until then, stay spooky.